Hey you guys, let me know if you can hear and see me behind the pictures here. If you can see the pictures, we're doing well. We are. I know I've got layer upon layer upon layer on video. That's how I'm rolling today. Welcome. Welcome. We're going to be talking about quite a bit of stuff today. Driver jobs. So truck driver jobs, trucking jobs, all of the above. That's our main topic, of course. What do we got going on over there? There we go. All right, so let me know if you can see and hear me. Then we'll start rocking and rolling. All right. Okay, we're doing well. Here we go. All right, well, first let me introduce myself. My name is Jessie. I'm with Decker Truck Line. I'm a recruiter here at Decker Truck Line since 2010. So when we opened our Missoula terminal, Missoula, Montana. Now, of course, our main terminal is in Fort Dodge, Iowa. It's been open since 1931. Actually, I think that's official. The starting date before, I believe, was 29 or something like that. 90 years. That's 90 years in business is what Decker's been toting. Been pretty impressive. 90 years in the trucking industry. And then of course we've got Bessemer, Alabama. We have Hammond, Indiana. We've got a few. So absolutely, thanks you guys. Now those are our main ones only because we've got some dispatch out of those locations as well. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Put it in the chat if you would. That'll get us started, and we'll get going. All right. Good deal. All right, if you are wondering what we have available out of your area, all you need to do is put your location into the chat so that I can give you the details. We're going to be talking about truck driving jobs. So jobs available in your area. We're going to be talking a little bit about our orientation process, qualifying for Decker Truck Line, and applying for Decker Truck Line. So we're going to dive into all of those. We also have an announcement. You might have already heard about it. Yesterday we announced it on our Facebook Live. We do a live Facebook every Monday at noon Central. Nope, I lied. Every Monday at 4 p.m. Central. Noon Central right here on our YouTube. So Monday, 4 p.m. Central. Now, next week is Labor Day, so we actually won't be live then. Amy reminded me that I needed to look ahead. Plan ahead. So yes, but we will be back here at noon Central next Tuesday, the 7th. Very good. Coming up this coming week, asking about orientation. What's it looking like? Well, orientation next week is going to be starting on Tuesday. We will have one orientation. I know for a lot of you guys are well aware that we've been doing, for experienced drivers, we've held 2 orientations a week. I'm looking at my calendar. It's not quite moved over yet. But we hold 2 orientations a week for experienced drivers. Obviously just one for new or unexperienced drivers who were getting trained into the industry. Someone who has already obtained their Class A CDL but are wanting to come aboard to Decker. So stay tuned to the end. We've got a surprise, or we've got a challenge that we're going to be doing. It's not nearly a surprise if you were part of the Facebook community yesterday, but we'll be talking about that. But until then, let's go ahead and talk about some of the different things that we've got going on here at Decker. Qualifying for Decker Truck Line to drive for Decker does depend on, obviously, experience and location. Now, the reason I say location is because in some areas we require at least 6 months of flatbed experience. It depends on what we have available in your area. So the best thing to do is to call this number that keeps flipping through the screen here, 888-668-0698, so that we can answer those questions and be more specific on what's required out of your area, what we have available out of your area, which will at that point determine what the qualifications are, and what your next steps are. So the most important thing is to call a recruiter and get one-on-one attention to and answers to your questions that way. So who do we have here? Miss Anna's here. Hello, hello. Miss Amy's here. My neck of the woods. That is right. And Dean. Hello, Dean. Dean is our hero of the week for all of you, so probably blushing at this point, but for all of you who didn't see our Facebook post, Dean has earned the title for many reasons, actually. So first off, we have this bonus that's called our Smart Drive bonus. We also have a scorecard bonus, and the goal is to get a perfect score of 1,000 for the scorecard bonus and a perfect score of 0 for the Smart Drive bonus. Well, the reason myself, and I wasn't the only one that nominated him, which is pretty cool. It's pretty awesome when you get multiple nominations for somebody. But the reason we nominated him, reason one, was we have these bonuses and he's really good about getting them. He reaches those bonuses on a regular basis. But he isn't being greedy. He's volunteered to help others achieve those bonuses. He's reached out and answered questions. We have our Facebook group he's really active in, and he's been really supportive that way. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for individuals who have the support, who are willing to help other people out, other drivers out here at Decker Truck Line, and not just at Decker, but making sure that your questions are answered. If you're wondering about a specific customer, then, reaching out within that Facebook community really helps to get your questions answered quickly and from a driver perspective. So that's a driver group. There's a couple of us, like myself, that's in there. And every once in a while, if I find a question that is like an admin question or something that I'm like, oh, I got the answer for that, or I can get that answer, then obviously I'm in there. But for the most part, our drivers are quite active in getting that taken care of, those questions taken care of, and they're pretty awesome about it. So if you are a driver here at Decker and you're not already part of that community, please go sign up on Facebook, facebook.com/Decker Truck Line Drivers. It's a driver ran group. We also have another one called Truck Driver Support for Drivers, and that's a Decker ran group. So, who else? Anna's, what's the wrench for? She's working in the background. She's the admin. I don't know. And Katie's here. Shout out to Miss Katie. Awesome. Yes, indeed. That's who's working the line. That's right. Katie doesn't have a wrench. Nope, she's taken over as the official Decker. All right. So, like I said, if you have any questions, go ahead and feel free to ask them. I'm just going to kind of go through some of the basics there for you, and we'll get into more specifics if you guys ask on those areas. That way I'm not hitting every city, state, town across the country, so without you knowing. All right, so let's start there. First off, if you guys aren't familiar with our equipment, I've got some pictures going. Where are they? I've got some pictures coming here. That one's Donnie's picture, I believe. But quite a bit of photography done by our drivers. We have beautiful pictures of our equipment, both in and out of the truck. We've got a picture in here. Shout out to Lisa for taking a picture of the interior of the truck. Anybody want to do a video? I've loved Amy's idea of doing a video of keeping it clean. I know John Hodges has done a great job of supplying some of those informative videos as well, or pictures at least, but great suggestions on keeping a well-maintained truck. Actually, Tom Remington has also done that to help with that. So anyways, feel free to get those over to us. The pictures will give you a good understanding of not only where we're running, but the type of equipment we're running, which is mostly the 579 Peterbilts. We have some 760, 780 Volvos, and a few Freightliner Cascade Evolutions. Now, in general, they're about 18 months on average. That's the age of the truck. However, we've got some 2018s. Those 2018s are getting out of here pretty quick. So we expect those to be out of here by the end of the year. Right now we were shooting for 11 a week. There were some setbacks throughout the year. you guys know about them, whether it was through the manufacturer or the manufacturer was waiting on somebody, or well, now the manufacturer is set up, so we're starting to get those trucks in on a regular basis. We're kind of filing them in at like 6 a week, 7 a week. We should be right at that 11 a week again. So that's where we want to be, getting those trucks in by the end of the year. These, again, 579 Peterbilts, 760, 780 Volvos, and Freightliner Cascadia Evolutions. All the new trucks are double bunk. I know that was a request. Speaking of requests, Dean, another reason number 2 that he was submitted or for the Hero of the Week was for his suggestions. Like, we like the suggestions. We need the input. We're not behind the wheel like you guys. So we really need the input from you guys. So we really appreciate that. We partner with Workhound for surveys, and those are anonymous. They're fantastic that way. However, if you feel comfortable reaching out to myself, to Katie, either one of us, or to marketing@deckermail.com, which is basically Katie and I and Tammy, then yes, reach out to us and let us know your suggestions so that we can get the wheels turning, literally, and see what we can make work. Cool? All right. That's what I wanted. You don't want... Reading the comments over here, they're wondering why the wrench... Sorry. Katie says, you don't want me with a wrench. Why, Katie? Why? I got a new drink, Amy. Amy always gives me ideas. This one has caffeine, so you guys may... I'm warning you, because you all know that I'm hyper as it is, but then you put caffeine in it. Can you see what that is? It's so good. I love the cucumber. Okay, side note. That was my commercial. Just kidding. Just kidding. Anyways, where was I? Squirrel. All right, talking about Dean and the suggestions, so that was reason number 2. All right, so if you have suggestions, feel free to get them to us and let us know. All right. All right, so applying for the position. We've got, like I said, the trucks, they're newer model, the 579 Pete's, 780 Volvos, 760 Volvos, Freightliner Cascadia Evolutions. Average age is about 18 months. The newer ones, not the 2018s, but the newer ones from 19 on, all have the double bunk. They have pretty much any amenity that you can imagine. Any amenity. We've got APUs, inverters. Gotta have those if you're gonna have extra amenities. Refrigerator, microwaves, 32-inch television. Not kidding. The 32-inch television is bigger than the TV I have at home. 32-inch television, Epic View satellite television. So it's basically satellite TV. It's 100 plus channels, HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, Sunday Ticket, which I know is pretty much the only thing that a lot of you guys watch. Dean, however, he likes some of those other channels. And I'm like 333, I think you said, 383. More of the older shows. So those are the ones I like. On my TV, I just have the bunny ears, but on my TV I've got Cozy and PBS. They've got some good ones. Laugh. But Dean, I think I'm with you on some of those older shows. I really enjoy those. But satellite TV in all of the trucks. They have, they're all equipped with the Transfo Geotab unit. Lisa finally got transferred over to the Geotab unit. She's loving the free Wi-Fi that comes with it. So yes, free Wi-Fi. The Transfo Geotab unit is basically your ELD. Your ELD, your navigation, gets your paperwork in. It's the communication between you and your driver manager. So it's all encompassed. It's basically a tablet that is not as fingerprinty as mine. So it's basically a tablet that is in your truck, and it is giving you all of those details. So that's what that's for. All right. And then you have the Pre-Pass, Easy Pass, K-Pass unit in the truck. We've got the Smart Drive unit in the truck, which does include both the inward and the outward facing event recorders, the lane departure, speed gauge, following distance. All of those are encompassed in that Smart Drive unit. And plus, I mentioned earlier, we have a Smart Drive bonus. So if your points are 20 or below, you get an extra penny per mile for the month on all the miles that you completed. And then we have CB unit. I can't remember if I mentioned that or not. CB unit is included in the truck. What am I missing? We've got, of course, the air ride, both in the driver's seat and the passenger, which I think is huge. So you've got, obviously, for that point, we do allow passengers ages 10 to 69 is the rider policy. It's $25 a month for the rider policy. For the trailers, we have, depending on where you live, and this is the important part, you need to contact one of our recruiters. This is the telephone number right there. And then you can have drivedecker.com or drivedecker.com. Fill out the application. Talk to a recruiter, though, and find out, what do we have available in your area? Is it our drive-in? Is it our refrigerated? There we go. Or is it our flatbed? So drive-in, reefer, or flatbed are the three options. The main options we have. Of course, there are some other options that we have. Currently, those are full, but we do have other options available here and there. Okay. Reading the comments, yes, we do have a pet policy, and Anna's gone ahead and put some of the details on there. We allow up to 85 pounds. Yep, we bumped it up again because of a suggestion on our word count. But it's 85 pounds for a dog, non-aggressive breed, and it's a $750 deposit, where $100 has to be down before the dog can ride, and $500 is refundable. So you can just do like $50 increments if you want, if that's easier for you. Excelente. All right, what else do we have? Trying to think where I was at. The dog policy, like I said, $750 for that. Some of the other positions are Tifton is full, our Conestoga, that one's full, and our hopper position is full. So right now we have refrigerated, flatbed, and drive-in. But again, it depends on where you're at, on what we have available in your area, okay? If you're out west and you're looking for something, we have some flatbed in the Oregon and Washington area. You'd be running basically the 11 Western, and it's a lot of, hiring-wise, you need to live along I-5 from southern Oregon up to Seattle, Washington. That's where we hire for this flatbed position. It's out about 2 weeks at a time, and like I said, it's I think there's one position available for that one, so that's the flatbed. Other than that, we've got a lot of refrigerated opportunities out of there. Again, southern Oregon, or around the Portland, Oregon area mostly, up to Seattle, Washington. We've got from Seattle over to Missoula, Montana, along I-90 there. Great opportunities for home every 7 to 10 days. So every 7 to 10 days there. We also have out 2 to 3 weeks at a time or more, depending on how long you guys stay out. I do know a lot in the West tend to stay out longer. You guys like the longer length of haul, which is fantastic because this would be the division for it. So that would get you home usually about every 3 weeks, depending on, what you're looking for home time. We do have a minimum pay guaranteed worked into the system here. So as long as you meet the minimum requirements, being available for dispatch, no driver service failures, on-time delivery, no CSA violations, no preventable accidents for the week, and getting your paperwork in on time. That's key. You've got the TransFlow Geotab system in the truck, and you can just scan it and get the paperwork in. So feel free to go ahead and do that. So that's the refrigerated position. It does get dispatched out of Missoula, Montana. So the main dispatch for it is Missoula. However, orientation is going to be in Fort Dodge, Iowa, no matter what division you choose to run. And we're going to talk about that here in just a second. So again, if you're living in the Southeast, we have refrigerated options, we have flatbed options, we have drive-in options. Atlanta, so shout out to the Atlanta area. We have a lot of options out of your area. So whether you want home weekly or home every 2 weeks. Options. Along I-80, tons of options there. Flatbed, refrigerated, dry van, home weekly options, OTR options as well. We've got guaranteed pay. We've got, and it depends on the division that you're looking for. The guarantee could be the $1,000. Now, I do want to say here, that $1,000 guarantee, that's like a safety net. That's not what we expect you to be making on a weekly basis. We expect you to be making, it depends on the division and how long you stay out, but $1,300 to $1,500 is extremely reasonable. Extremely. Our flatbed division, if you live in the Chicago area, like within 50 miles of Chicago, we guarantee $1,750 a week, $1,750 a week. If you live in Iowa City or Fort Dodge or Columbus, Ohio, and you're looking for flatbed, we guarantee $1,450 a week and home weekly in both of those. So it depends on where you're at, what the freight's paying, that type of thing. We pass on all of that to you. Now, those do have a rate of pay per mile. So if your rate of pay per mile, which is based off of your experience, exceeds that of the guarantee, you're going to get the better of the two. Of course. That's why you're doing all the work. That's why you're working as hard as you are. You're going to get the better of the two, right? That's right. Amy says, I wish Hint would make a caffeinated drink. I thought they did. I think they do. And I drink a lot of Hint, but not the caffeinated stuff. Actually, I know they do. I tried that the other day, now that I say that. But it's like blueberry, raspberry. It's not as good. It's too much flavor. All right, side squirrel. Anyways, so yeah, talk to a recruiter, find out more about what's out of your area and what's available and all that good stuff. Okay? Now, depending on what position you chose, we're going to talk about applying. Okay, so you talk to a recruiter, you either applied online at drivedecker.com, you called the telephone number, they did an application with you over the phone, they emailed it to you, you filled it out, whatever the case might be. You've applied online. You met the criteria. You've got the experience. If you are looking for Midwest refrigerated, Midwest flatbed, over-the-road refrigerated, dry van, we can train if you graduated from an approved school. So that's one of the number one questions I get. What's an approved school? PTDI certified schools. They need to be at least 160 hours. It's basically the requirement for PTDI. So 160 hours, okay? And make sure that you've obviously graduated, you've got your Class A CDL, not the permit, the CDL itself, okay? And then we can train. Now, if you are in an area for our southern flatbed, we are going to require 6 months of flatbed experience before you come aboard. You're running a different area. You know, if you're struggling with something, we can't bring you in as easily to train you. So Midwest is a little bit different requirement that way. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to us. 888-668-0698. All right. Okay. So you qualify. You've applied. Now let's talk about orientation. For a student, orientation is a week long. Starts on Mondays, and you go over the company policies, procedures. You'll meet your driver manager. You'll do some securement training if you're in flatbed. You'll follow that up by a week. Okay, so orientation, for a week-long orientation, is going to pay $1,000. Okay, $1,100 as long as you complete some of the pre-orientation requirements, which you should. That is going to be your physical and your urinalysis, the DOT urinalysis or drug test, as well as the online orientation. Now, included in the online orientation is your clearinghouse, the drug and alcohol clearinghouse. That's just a signature, releasing it to Decker so that we've got that part taken care of. Your online orientation is through a platform called eNugget Learning, or Luma, and you'll get an email from us once you're approved and once we're getting you ready for orientation. you'll have an email from us. We'll go through a lot of the basics, a lot of the safety and DOT basics. Go and just making sure you're well aware of those, and how to address it, if what the requirements are, whether it's weight requirements, fifth wheel requirements, safety requirements, etc. Inspections pre-trip, all of those are kind of encompassed into the training. And you'll kind of have an overlap of refrigerated flatbed, just a little bit, but it'll be more reefer focused for refrigerated drivers, more flatbed focused for flatbed drivers, obviously, right? So you'll finish that. That is roughly about a 4-hour project, the Luma training, okay? Your physical, if you have a current physical, that is good for at least 6 more months, and it's no more than 6 months old, so it's a recent physical, and it's good for at least 6 months, then we can usually get those approved. You just need to send over the long form so that we can get them signed off, and then we'll just schedule you for a urinalysis instead of the urinalysis and the physical. Now, we also do the hair follicle, but the hair follicle we do in orientation in Fort Dodge, not ahead of time. So we do that ahead of time. The DOT physical, the urinalysis, those are things that we do ahead of time, because for experienced drivers, you don't have a week-long orientation. You have a 2.5-day orientation. And we really don't want that holding you up for dispatch or getting in the time frame and holding you back in extending that orientation to 3 or 4 days. It'll really throw the calendar off for us, okay? Our timing and everything. So that being said, we like to get those done ahead of time. When you do that ahead of time, you get a $100 bonus. So $100 bonus on top of the $1,000 for orientation if you're a student, and it's $500 for an experienced driver, and $100 extra bonus for $100 extra. It's kind of repetitive, but $100 bonus for completing those urinalysis, physical, and the Luma training ahead of time. Cool. All right. So we talked about the orientation for the students, and I'll come back a little bit more for the training, but I'm going to bounce back to the orientation for experienced drivers. So the reason between the pay difference, $500 for experienced drivers and $1,000 for students, is the students are staying a whole week. As an experienced driver, you're here 2.5 days. So it's $500, 6 with completing that stuff ahead of time. And then you're dispatched out and you're out making money. So whether you're making the rate of pay per mile, the daily rate, or the weekly rate, you will be getting paid your rate after orientation is out, once you're dispatched out. You'll meet with your driver manager probably Wednesday for those starting on Monday, and Friday for those starting on Wednesday. Right? All right. So once you meet with your driver manager, you get in your truck. Katie will walk through the truck with you, kind of check in with the truck, have a checklist, make sure everything meets your expectations and vice versa. And then get yourself loaded. We have a beautiful little runway that you can go and get everything loaded into your truck with, so it might make it a little bit easier. Let's see. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything orientation-wise for experienced drivers. The PCE, we also do the PCE, which is part of orientation. That, it's usually hair follicle and PCE right off the bat, and then everything else to follow. Going over company policies, procedures. So, I know what I was going to say. The expectation form. So when you're doing the recruiting process, you're talking to the recruiter, they're finding out from you, okay, what kind of miles are you looking for? What kind of pay do you need? What meets your needs for your bills? What are your goals? Like, how much do you want to make? That kind of thing. There's some night driving, what our equipment is, all the amenities in our equipment, what the position entails, what region you're running. All of that is part of an expectation form. And that expectation form is just going to follow you from recruiter over to your driver manager, and it'll stay there in case you have any questions. You can refer back to it, or they can refer to it on, hey, this person doesn't want to run New York. Just pretty easy thing for us to hold up to. Or this person prefers to stay out of, I don't know, Arizona. I don't know. Then we try to adhere to that. Now, there are some things that we can't keep you out of. Like if you're looking to stay out of Chicago, we probably can't do that unless you're a local or regional position. So just keep that in mind on what's available and everything. Speaking of local and regional, let me come back to this, but hey, if you're in the Fort Dodge area or the Des Moines, Iowa area, call us 888-668-0698 because we do have local positions available out of those areas right now. Cool. It's like shuttle work is what it is. So it pays hourly. Excellent. All right. So orientation, expectation sheet, you know what that's all about. So when you get it from your recruiter and they're asking you those questions and kind of walking it through, that's what it is. And then your driver manager will do the same thing just to make sure that everybody's on track and that what the recruiter told you is consistent with the driver manager and as well as the communication you provided for it as well. So there's no, changing at the seat of our pants type thing, right? All right, so that's orientation. Now, I'm going to bounce right back to inexperienced drivers, so students. Remember, you have to have a Class A CDL in order to qualify, and you have to have just graduated from a PTDL certified school or have a minimum of 3 months of experience. Now, if you have the bare minimums and you're not running solo yet, but you're going to need to go with a trainer, this is what the process looks like. You have that week-long orientation, followed by 1 week of on-site training. During on-site training, you'll be paid $700 for the week. Okay? During training, you're paid $700 a week. Orientation is the only exception of $1,000. Okay? Now, $700 a week on-site training. If you're flatbed, you're doing a whole lot of securement training. If you're refrigerated, you probably do some hostling, some shuttling of things. You'll be doing a lot of backing, going into the docks and stuff like that, getting experience, but, you'll be staying at the hotel, that type of thing. When you're with a trainer, you're out on the road with a trainer, you're going to be with a trainer for 2 weeks, and you'll be paid $700 a week while you're with a trainer, okay? That'll actually be out on the road. If you're running the refrigerated, you're probably running like our dedicated. If you're running flatbed, you're probably running more of our short haul or regional positions for the training. It's just 2 weeks out with a trainer. Okay? Any questions on that? Am I missing any questions that are coming through? Just to be sure we're covering all our grounds. Do it. Anna, talk with the recruiter. Do it. All right, so that's the process for orientation. Okay. When you're done with orientation as a student, then you're going to get the cents per mile. If you're a refrigerated student with minimum experience, like you just graduated and then you went through our training, then you're going to be making 52 cents a mile. However, 10 cents of that, okay, so before I jump ahead, 52 cents a mile, 10 cents per mile is per diem. That's already included, and yes, you get to take advantage of the non-taxable income of 10 cents per mile. After 90 days, you're going to get a penny raise. So you're going to bump up to 53 cents a mile. Then you'll get another penny raise after another 90 days. You'll be at 54 cents a mile. And then you'll get another penny raise at 55 cents a mile. By the end of the year, you'll be at 56 cents a mile. So basically, as a student, you'll get a penny raise every 90 days until you hit your annual, okay? For those experienced drivers, and I know I'm bouncing back and forth, but I guess this is the best way for me to transition. If you need like one-on-one conversation, no other scenarios, that's why you need to call the recruiter, 888-668-0698. Then they're not giving you all kinds of things. But as an experienced driver, you'll start at your rate of pay per mile, which is in the refrigerated, with any experience, a minimum of 55 cents a mile. And then you'll go up to a penny raise after 90 days, and then every year on your anniversary. Okay? That's refrigerated or dry van. Now with a flatbed driver, if you are training in the Midwest flatbed division, you'll start at 53 cents a mile and work your way to 57 cents a mile by the end of the year. So that's after all of your raises within that first year, or at that first year, okay? All right, then you'll get annual raises of a penny per mile in both refrigerated and flatbed division. Yes, flatbed, we pay tarping and securement, etc., all of those. So yes, we have that. In both cases, whether it be refrigerated, van, so it's not in both cases, but all cases, refrigerated, van, flatbed, you are guaranteed at least $1,000 a week. At least. But that is not your goal. That is your safety net. I like the word safety net. You can choose a different phrase. I don't care. But that is your safety net. Your goal is, as a first year, 12, 1,300, work your way up to 15, 1,700 a week. That's, as an experienced driver. So those should be your goals. Those should be your minimums, okay? Shouldn't be seen less than $1,000 a week. The $1,000 a week qualifications, like I said before, get your paperwork in on time. Easy. Scan it. You've got the transfer system in the truck. Be on time for delivery. No late loads. This is driver service failure. So if the customer is the cause for you being late, or you receive the load late, that's a totally different story. This is driver service failure that would disqualify you for the guaranteed pay. Okay? But remember, the guaranteed pay is what you fall back on. Your mileage pay is probably going to exceed that. We just did a mileage pay increase. Well, last Friday was the first payout for all of that. So, okay. Get your paperwork in. No driver service failures, late loads. No preventable accidents for the week. No CSA violations for the week. And yeah, this is week by week. So just because last week you got a CSA violation, that has no bearing on the week before or any of the weeks after for your payment on your guaranteed pay. Okay? No driver service claims, or no claims. What am I missing? Oh, that was it. Sorry, those are the qualifications to getting the guaranteed pay. All right, whether it's refrigerated or flatbed, those are the qualifications. Okay. Now we have a sign-on bonus. Those same qualifications, you have to be compliant at least 70% of the time. So out of 10 weeks, you need to be compliant 7 weeks or qualify at least for the guaranteed pay. Probably above it, but you know what I mean. Because you're going to get the better of the two. Okay. $5,000 for the sign-on bonus pays out each quarter at $12.50, but it's an accelerated sign-on bonus. So you're getting an extra 5 cents a mile for any miles over 25,000 if you're in refrigerated or van, and an extra 5 cents a mile for anything over 20,000 if you are a flatbed driver. Cool. Okay. All right. Look at this. Anna's like making sure that I know the qualifications. Be available for dispatch the entire week. No load refusals. Turn in paperwork. Oh, I don't think I said that one. Be available for dispatch the entire week. So basically 5 days out of the week. Because you're 5.5, you're basically coming home for a 34 in most cases. However, if you're OTR, it's a little bit different. We like to straddle your home time around the pay period, which cuts off on Sunday night. So, have Sunday off and Monday or whatever that, something like that. Saturday, Sunday. That way you're taking advantage of the most home time you can and still have that guaranteed pay opportunity for you. Cool. All right. Cool. Let's see. I think orientation-wise covered that. I think we're good that way. I think that was the case. All right. If you have questions and you want to talk to somebody about truck driving jobs here at Decker, whether it be a refrigerated trucking job, a flatbed trucking job, or a dry van truck driving job, then just give us a call. 888-668-0698. I do want to mention, if you are in the Des Moines area and you're looking for a local Monday through Friday, 7 to 5 position, call us, 888-668-0698. It is hourly pay. You might have a Sunday. You might have like a Saturday now and then, but it's mostly Monday through Friday. And you're shuttling trailers. Now, if you're in the Fort Dodge, Iowa area, same type of thing, Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, hourly pay. we ask that you have a hazmat, because you could be hauling fuel as well as flatbed, and so tanker, as well as flatbed and refrigerated and dry van. You're shuttling trailers again, but fuel because of the fuel cards. So excellent. All right, so call us, 888-668-0698, or talk to one of our recruiters. That doesn't matter. You know what? You can actually talk to one of our drivers. We have a great referral program. They're more than willing to give you some time of their day, and they'll flat out tell you how it is, which is great, because then you've got a good understanding before you come aboard. Hey, I'm a great fit for Decker, or hey, you know what? There's something there that they don't have. Maybe you wanted more home time in an area that we don't have freight. Who knows? Talk to a recruiter or talk to a driver and get more information as well. So we can do that. Anna, I'm sorry, loving the comments. Hello, Mr. Bird. What's your request? If your request is going to be Northeast, which is funny because not very people like to run the Northeast. William is an exception. Right? Is that your request? As here I say it and then it's not going to be. What's your request, sir? You got a new picture too. Okay, while I'm waiting for you to do that, answer. All right, you guys ready? What you've been waiting for. We're having a challenge. So we've got a challenge coming up. We love this. We just finished our selfie challenge. And how many of you guys were surprised? This is probably maybe this is a sore thing. Maybe not. How many of you are surprised that Lisa wasn't the one who won the selfie challenge? Dale Lehman did. Yep, which is good timing. It was his birthday week. Well, some of the pictures that were included were of during his birthday. So, anyways, we just finished the selfie challenge. We gave out the prizes for that. Love the prizes. We have upped the ante. Well, I don't know that Yeti. Katie, you did a pretty darn good job with that Yeti. That was a winner. So one of the prizes was a Yeti. And I think Tim Olden won that one. He's pretty excited about it. Okay. And it might be, I don't think it was. Too funny. Okay. The new challenge, brought to you by popular request, is a TikTok challenge. So excited. Okay, TikTok is, I really want it to be my thing. Well, I don't know about that, but I really want to get better at it. That I do. Get into your phone. If you don't have TikTok yet, go get it. All right? Get it. Get it. That's one of those TikTok songs. Yeah, okay, I'll leave it. So go in there and get your TikTok set up, okay? Now, I did get a message. Jesse says he got his. Jesse Carter got his all set up. This is the Decker TikTok challenge. So the requirements are... Should we do prizes first or requirements? I'm not going to announce the prizes yet, but I'm pretty darn excited about it. Maybe after New Year's that Decker will have a open door policy so drivers can talk to who they need to instead of at the window. You do need to have, you just need to have them come out to you. So part of the reason for that is if we had it always open, the driver managers wouldn't be able to keep up on the conversations, the phone calls and stuff that they had. That's part of the reason. Because when we didn't, so before we got the new terminal, we would have people come in, and then the driver manager was getting phone call after phone call, and they didn't want to be rude because they were talking to somebody, but 2 hours later they're still talking to the same person, and all of these people were trying to get a hold of them. So that's one of the reasons that it is set up the way it is. But yeah, you can still, they can still come over. But yeah, and the pandemic, that didn't help any. But I got you there. I was sure, did you change your request? Because I was positive you were going to do that. However, what I'll do is I will submit that request, William, to our communications. And actually we have a meeting this afternoon at 3 that I can submit it to as well for suggestions. So that's helpful. Thank you very much for that. We did, right before the pandemic hit and, everything was closed, we did open up everything in Fort Dodge. So we opened all of that up in Fort Dodge because of suggestions that we had. We knew it was important. So yeah, maybe they'll do it again. Good question. Good comment. Thank you. Michael, I think you're saying a swear word. No. He says the snow will be here before you know it. Did you see that, Amy? I know. In some places it's already there. That's what's scary. But Michael says, so does Decker require drivers to use chains? We require, depending on where you live, that you carry them. Or not where you live, but where you're running. Yes, you're required to carry them. Whether or not you throw the chains, you are not required. You need to know how to, just in case you get into a predicament where you got to get yourself out of trouble. Yeah, we want you to know how to chain. But we have videos that will show you if you don't already know. Otherwise, get with Liam in Missoula, get with Matt or Tyson in Fort Dodge, and they'll help you out. But whether or not you chain is your call. That's a professional driver's decision. If you don't feel comfortable chaining, we're not requiring you to throw chains to get down the road. Actually, we don't want you to just sit there and run on chains. They're for getting out of trouble, not to get you into it. So yes and no. We require you to carry them in those locations. The chain law is September 1st, tomorrow already, goodness gracious. September 1st to May 31st for the Colorado chain law. And of course, if you're up in the Northwest, Idaho, Montana, Washington, Oregon, pretty good idea to have them just in case. But whether or not you throw them is up to you. Anna, I love that quote. So a lot of you guys know Patrice. If you're a driver here at Decker, you know Patrice. He's basically the individual in charge of our art program, our ambassador program, who's there to help support you along the way as you transition over to the Decker company. And he also works with the Smart Drive. Smart Drive is one of our safety features. Well, full of safety features is what it is. Anyways, as a driver himself, and once an owner-operator and many other titles, he had made the comment, a superior driver never allows a situation to deteriorate to the point that the superior driving skills become a necessity. So that's a sticky note that I keep that he had said. He's well worded, I tell you that. He always has a way with words. And a very smart man. He's full of knowledge. Definitely hit him up with questions if you haven't. All right, here it is, you guys. Our TikTok challenge. Here's the criteria, and you'll be seeing more of this because Miss Katie is putting together a beautiful flyer like she does, and we'll be posting it on Facebook. Facebook.com/detailing. So the TikTok challenge. Get your phone out, download the TikTok app if you haven't already, but odds are, unless you're Amy, you probably already have. So get your TikTok on there. Ours is at Decker Truckline. Okay, at Decker Truckline. Now the challenge is not to download it, but is to make a video. Okay, make a video, and this is up to you. So the topic, you get to choose. Do you want to do a video on pre-trips, safe driving, a day in the life of a driver, or why Decker? Why did you choose Decker? Why do you love Decker? Why do you feel at home here? Though that's those are the 4 criteria, or the 4 topics, I should say. 4 topics. Now, once you do the video, and you guys, just so you know, these videos are not like 6-minute long videos. They're not. They're 15 seconds. You can do anything. Have you ever heard you can do anything for 20 seconds? It's Beachbody. So, anyways, you can do it. 15 seconds, you totally can. All right? You could be an awful dancer and wanted to share your moves. You could do that. You don't have to dance. Most people love to see the trucks. If you want to do a video of the truck or doing a pre-trip, don't think that you have to dance on TikTok. You don't. You do not have to, okay? All right, so pick your topic, create your video. All you have to do is push play. It's just like taking a selfie, except it's motion. So push play. Then once you've completed it, you can put captions on it. You can change the voice or the sound and make it louder, make it quieter. You can have your own sound. You've got limits. You don't. You don't have limits. There we go. Now, once you create it, before you post it, make sure that you send it or tag at Decker Truckline. So one word, @ Decker Truckline. And then hashtag Decker Challenge. All right? That way we know that whatever you are creating is part of our challenge. And once you do that, we'll be sharing them on our Facebook page. So once we get them, we'll share them on our Facebook page. I'm so excited about this, you guys. It should be a lot of fun. We did a video challenge. I can't remember if it was September of 19 or September of 18. And Berta won. And I think her son was the one. She'd have to correct me. But I'm pretty sure her son was riding with her when she was doing it. And he did an awesome job. Like, blew my mind. It was so good. And so fun. It was just fun to get. Anyways, it can be as simple or as complicated as you want, because there are multiple prizes. $500 worth of prizes. Just said it. $500. All right. Actually, there's a lot more depending on how many people participate, because unlike some things, we're doing a participation award. I know I had to. It's $15 for anybody who participates. It's a $15 Pilot Flying J gift card. So we know you can use those. You just rack those suckers up and you can get all kinds of goodies. So if you participate, and remember, at Decker Truckline and hashtag Decker Challenge, then you get a $15 gift card, and we'll be keeping track of those for you guys. Now, that's just the basic. There's $500 worth of prizes in addition to that. We've got a couple of different categories. We've got most creative, most entertaining, most informative, and overall winner. So the overall winner is the one who receives the most votes on Facebook. Okay? So the most votes on Facebook wins the overall winner. And you can only win one time, but you can submit galore. Go crazy. Tom Remington asked me yesterday, well, how many times can I submit? I don't know. How many videos can you make in a month? Oh, P.S. It starts tomorrow and it ends on the 30th. So not only the 30th is going to be a big day. So September 30th is the end of our referral, and we have a referral drawing, I believe, on the 30th. Is that right? And then we also have the end of this challenge, which probably won't be announced for a couple of days, but big day. Woohoo! The referral bonus is a drawing and it's $750 in cash. No, it's $1,000. We upped it. All right. Okay. Most creative gets $100. And the most creative, most entertaining, and most informative are going to be voted on by the communications group on Thursdays. So it's the Thursday communication group that does the voting. And I do love a sticky note. So that's who's doing the voting for the most informative, most creative, and most entertaining. Cool? But the public will choose the winner of the overall winner. which is a $200 prize. Now, it could be a $200 gift card to Walmart. It could be a $200 Visa gift card. It could be a Pilot gift card. It could be an Amazon gift card. Whatever. It's a gift card, $200. You choose what kind of gift card you want, but that's for the overall winner. Now remember, you can only win one time. So you either win the overall, or you have the chance at the most informative, the most creative, the most entertaining. Who's in? Who's in? I know you are. It should be fun, you guys. I'm super excited. Also, I should mention, and all of this will be on our post, but it can be a family member or any Decker employee. So any Decker employee and or family members. Okay? So Amy, you don't have to be behind the wheel in order to win that challenge. Look at you, Anna. Look at that. She found some amazing emojis, and I like it. I like it, I like it, I like it. You're going to have to copy and paste that for next week. You know that, right? Awesome. So, that's the plan. From September 1st to September 30th, we are doing the TikTok challenge. Awesome possum. That should be exciting. I'm mama. I'm gonna have fun with it. Yes, time isn't wasted. Get moving today. I think she's talking to me. All right, I look forward to it. Remember, hashtag Decker Challenge and at Decker Truckline. Oh, Amy says not happening. Amy, I will be around Missoula. Actually, I'll be at the way station. It's happening. The way station by St. Regis on the 15th of September because it is Driver Appreciation Week. Woo-hoo! One of my favorite weeks. Driver Appreciation Week, and I get to hand out food. Get to hand out lunches. As I think Stephen Hatton and Jason Sorleen get to go too. We went last year. It was a lot of fun. And so I plan on doing oodles of video. And I would love to see some of our Decker drivers there. Last year, I only saw 2 Decker drivers. I think it was 2, 3, 2. Yeah. I met a lot of other people, but I only saw 2 Decker drivers. So, and of course, I was handing out food, so I didn't get to run and get video. By the time I saw you guys coming, you're too busy to stop. By the time I saw you coming, I was like running over to get my camera. Too slow. All right. Amy's just saying, if you want to go do the TikTok video, that's where you need to go. Ooh, thank you. Compliments of Steph at the store. Also get it online. Actually, there's not a lot of polos left anymore. She does have a variety. A lot of t-shirts anymore, because it seems like that's what most people like are the t-shirts. And I was talking about the blue Decker shirt. Lots of stuff. See how she gives herself a segue there? Little swag. That's right. Decker store. Honestly, there's some stuff at the Decker store. There's a lot, let me see. There's some stuff on the online Decker store. There's a lot more if you just call Steph, because Stephanie can help you out directly. Yep. Cool. You know, probably Montana Club, because that's my way out. I get it to head home. It's my favorite. Yep. All right. And it's September tomorrow. So you really only have a quarter of the year left to get, and actually less than that. If we're going to do our calendar again this year, we need to make sure that everybody's getting their submissions into Facebook.com/Decker Truckline. Or Facebook.com/DTL Inc. Sorry, I'm changing things up here. Yes, I wish. That would be awesome. That would be awesome, Aim. All right, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and into the week. If you have any questions, make sure that you reach out to us at 888-668-0698. I hope I answered all of your orientation questions. If not, that's okay. We have a recruiting department that can help answer those. 888-668-0698. If you get a chance to talk to one of our drivers, definitely do so. You get a really good understanding of the company in general. Plus, you get to meet some really cool people. Cool peeps. All right. You guys have an awesome rest of your day. We'll talk to you next Tuesday here on our YouTube Live.